man, it's been a minute since I did one of these videos, like 3 months to be exact. Hey y'all, it's future me. I filmed this video back in August and it's almost December now. So it's been more like 6 months since my last video. So I'm gonna have to jump in throughout this video and kind of like update it. So let's get back to the past me, and then I'll see you in a few. I took some time off, needed to get some things right mentally, had some things going on in the family. My son went back to college. My son went back to college months ago. He's about to come home for Christmas break, so yeah, we about to... Never mind, sorry. It's just been a minute. But it's time to focus on me and getting me to the point where I can get healthy and be in the best shape that I can be. That's always been my goal. When I started this YouTube channel, was to kind of document it. Now we've had some ups and downs. That's life, right? So no excuses. It just is what it is. But today, well, let's say tomorrow. Tomorrow's a new day. And past me, yes, I went to go do a thing the next day, but it's not taking effect really for 3 more months. So tomorrow we're going to start with something new. Alright, I'll see you then. Alright, so we are headed to Live Lean RX in Austin. I'm going to get a Dexa scan done to see what my true body fat percentage is in relation to body mass. And then I'm going to also get my resting metabolic rate tested as well to see how many calories I burn when I'm just like sitting around. So let's go do that now.
So what are your goals? Have you ever had a Dexa scan before?
No, never had a Dexa scan before. Literally, goal is to... Well, I want to get a baseline, and so then I come back on like 6 months maybe and get like another one to see. Let's just say 5'7".
Okay, and then what's your approximate weight?
186.5 is what I measured this morning.
And then it asks ethnicity for bone density purposes. I have Asian, Black, Hispanic, or white.
It's hard to take all of those. I'll just take African American Black.
Okay, perfect. Back, so head in this direction. Be careful, little bear. Have that arm there.
Okay.
And you're fasted with no caffeine.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
so hungry right now.
Wiggle down for me about 1 inch. That's good right there. Okay, perfect. And then this part's going to seem a little crazy. I'm going to Velcro your feet together.
Okay.
It's just going to be a little bit more comfortable for you and help you to stay in place. So the whole scan's only going to take us about 6 minutes.
Okay.
The arm above your head, it's going to slowly move down your body. It sounds like a big espresso machine, but it works just like an x-ray. So just try to stay still for me. All finished.
Okay.
So you here and get yourself comfortable so that chair will recline back.
Okay.
Just physically push it back. So there's no buttons on the sides. And I'm going to give you a mask that you're going to be breathing into. And so you're just going to be relaxed there, breathing into this for about 15 minutes.
Okay.
And so the only rule with this test is you can only breathe in and out through your mouth. So I'm going to give you this little clothespin thing for your nose. It's pretty uncomfortable. If you're able to just breathe through your mouth during the test, you can take it off.
Okay. I probably won't.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So I'm going to be measuring all the air you're breathing. So try to make sure you get a good seal with your lips around the plastic so that air doesn't escape around the sides. And breathe however is comfortable for you. So try not to overthink it too much, okay?
Okay. Waiting for my results. Kind of nervous. I'm scared what these numbers are gonna say. I think I'm like 30%. Like I want to get down to like 25. I think would be good. I don't know.
So we have this handy little body fat percent chart so that we can kind of see where you are and see what your goals might look like. All right, so your total body fat percentage as of today is 36.2%. So ideally, we at least want to get you into this fitness range, which would be about below 35%.
Okay.
So I put that goal down here for us. So that's our first goal. In the middle of this fitness range, which would be about 32%, 31%, somewhere around there. I think that would be a great ultimate goal for you. People generally try to lose about 1% body fat per month. That's being extremely conservative. So people that are really strict, I've seen them lose 3 or 4%. It all just depends on how motivated you are. The total amount of muscle you have, 113.4 pounds. That is above average. That is outstanding. So most likely we will sacrifice some muscle when we lose large amounts of fat because we're not going to be carrying around as much weight with you all the time. But this is a great baseline so that we can track and make sure that we're maintaining as much of that muscle as we can while we lose the fat. So your skeleton alone weighs 5.9 pounds, bringing your total body weight today to 187. So inside your tummy area, there are 2 different types of fat. Right now, we're only going to be looking at that dangerous fat that's around your organs inside your body. It's called visceral fat, and that's what causes things like type 2 diabetes. Yours is in good shape, so you're at 1.25 pounds. The volume in cubic inches is the number we use. So if we look where 36 is, you're definitely over here in this ideal and healthy range. That shows me that you eat clean, it's below average, and super healthy. So it doesn't look like you have insulin resistance or anything like that going on within your body, which is awesome.
But it's a good indicator because I'm coming back in 6 months getting it done again, tested to see whatever it is, like, you know, to see where I'm at.
Right.
All right.
So when I put all of your information into the computer, your age, your height, your weight, it predicted that you should be burning 1,562 calories at rest per day.
Okay.
In actuality, calibrating your breathing, you're burning 1,958. So that's awesome. You don't have metabolic damage, nothing like that going on within your body. Metabolism is fast. So as long as we stay consistent with it.
Pay attention. She said, as long as we stay consistent. And that has been the problem, folks. It's been 3 months, no consistency. Again, no consistency.
Your deficit, you'll start seeing some progress really quickly.
So my metabolism hasn't slowed down?
No, it hasn't, which is awesome.
Because I know, like, I thought it was like every 6 years, like, it slows down like a certain.
So I see it mostly for women that like do the fad diets, or if you're just at too much of a deficit for too long. What happens is your body is constantly adapting and adjusting, and it's like, you know what, since you're feeding me less food, I'm gonna burn less fuel. And so over time, yeah, for sure. We don't have that issue at all, so that's excellent. In 1958, they refer to that number as your basal metabolic rate, your BMR, and that means your organs require this amount of calories for your body to stay functioning and active. We have to add in additional calories for the typical things you would do throughout the day. This is an estimate in my software. I select the sedentary setting so that we get a base number. So it says exercise, but this would be the normal walking around that any normal person would do on any given day. So if we add up all of these calories together, that brings your TDEE to that 2593.
That's way different than what, like, I plugged into.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so this is where we're going to be right here. So I generally start people off on the higher side because I would always much rather you get your deficit from activity as opposed to not eating. So I would probably start you out at 1,900 calories. Did you have any idea about how many calories you've been getting?
Well, when I'm on, let's just say I haven't been on in a while, and that is like my jersey, on. But yeah, I haven't been on my game in a while. I'll do good for about a week or so, 2 weeks, and then I don't know, whatever excuses that I deem are justifiable, I make them. Whether it's traveling, I got sick, I took my son to school, work, whatever it is. You make the excuse, you justify it in your head, and it allows you to continue the same pattern of behavior. But at some point, you got to call BS, right? And at some point, you got to just make up your mind and be disciplined enough to get it done. So as long as you don't quit, you haven't lost, you haven't failed. There's always, you can still succeed. So I'm trying to get back on one. Yep. I've been doing about 1750.
Okay.
But that on, then there might be a meal out.
Okay.
So then I'm probably, because I'm not losing, so I'm probably maintaining right around in the 2400s, probably where I've been hitting.
Okay. Average.
Yeah, because lately I think I just got from a road trip, so I saw my weight go up like 4 pounds.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
There's a lot of.
So, since you haven't eaten anything today, based off what you've had for the past couple of days, your body is metabolizing 71% sugars and carbohydrates and 29% fat. Is it safe to say that for the past couple of days you've been doing cheats and not following a strict regimen, or?
Yeah, yesterday was good. I was back on. Yesterday was pretty clean.
Okay.
And then the other days was I had Blaze Pizza.
Okay, cool.
Then
That's good. So it's safe to assume that, so your body's going to naturally prefer to burn sugars and carbohydrates because it doesn't have to work as hard to convert that into energy. So most likely we're still burning off some of that extra sugars and carbohydrates from the pizza and from the unhealthy habits. But so if we continue eating clean, then most likely these numbers will switch to where you're burning primarily fats for your fuel source, and that's what we want. You're always going to have some carbohydrates, whether it's from your vegetables or even sometimes it can go from protein. But yeah, if we could ideally get you burning primarily fats, that way we're losing fat.
That's one of my goals, is to lose weight and then to have my ideal body type is like a sprinter.
A typical breakdown would be 30% protein. So if we do 30% of the 1900 calories, that would give us 143 grams of protein each day.
Okay.
So like I said, we always have flexibility to lower this down if we're not.
All right, I want to stop the video kind of right here and kind of close it out. I don't want to go too much farther into my macronutrient breakdown because my macros are suited for me based on, like she said, my age, my height, my weight, my breathing, which was calibrated by that machine that I was breathing into like Darth Vader. But those are my macros and they're going to be best suited for me. So I did this test to be more accurate so I can have a clearer picture of what I'm using. A lot of times I've used those online calculators and they're great. They're great starting points for a beginner, but I wanted something a little bit more accurate as I'm getting older. I just wanted to make sure that my metabolism wasn't slowing down. All in all, I think it was a pretty great experience really to see where I was at. My Dexa scan percentage, 36.2%. Ooh, that was a hard pill to swallow, but it is what it is, right? You can't change, can't change facts. I can change that number though by just getting back on my game. But by really taking a full assessment of myself, of what I'm doing, what I've allowed to be done, and just putting what I know to do into action. Like I said, if you've been with me any period of time, I already know what to do. I used to be a personal trainer, but hey, even personal trainers, like they say, doctors make the worst patients. Sometimes I'm my own worst enemy, so to speak. But the DEXA scan results are in. I do have my macronutrients. Now I just need to put them into action and stick to them. And then I can adjust them probably about 3 to 4 weeks. I'm going to truly see if the scale is moving. And I'm only going to weigh myself about once or twice a week. Typically like on a Wednesday, maybe a Saturday. So first weigh-in is going to be December 1st, and that'll kind of be my starting point. I do plan to go back and get another DEXA scan, maybe in 3 months, maybe in 6 months from now, just to kind of see where I'm at and make sure I'm tracking on the right, in the right trajectory, in the right direction. But those numbers were a little, I'm just telling you, sister. Whoa. All right. So this is what it is. Y'all, I'm back. At least I want to try to be back as much as possible. I hope you enjoy the video. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit more techie, sciencey, whatever. But hey, it is a part of my journey. If you're liking the video, if you like the video, if you want to continue to see me put out videos like this in other areas as well, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And make sure you're subscribed because I will try to put out a video every Sunday. That is my goal. I'm not going to try to overshoot for the moon and say 2 to 3 videos because I do work a full-time job. And it does have me travel from time to time. So at least one video every Sunday. I'm going to try to stick to maybe the 10:30 or 11 a.m. Central Time slot. What do you guys think? What time suits best for you? Are you guys more morning people on a Sunday? Later in the evening? I can adjust that. But other than that, let me stop talking because I got to go eat some breakfast. So you know what I always say. Stay focused, stay positive, and keep it moving. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.